those days there were 4 semi-finalists at the banquet, and those days the banquets were very boring. So amazingly enough, when I look at the Arsenal celebration a couple of days ago, compared with our celebration, it was rather small. And the weird thing, as I said, the wives were not invited. But I had breakfast, and looking over the park here reminded me of 60 years ago with my wife. We skipped the TV cameras, skipping together, having breakfast together, got a lovely picture at home, and it got a little bit emotional having that, to be honest with you. Oh, very much. Alan Ball's shirt, Gordon Banks' shirt, or jersey as we used to call it in the olden days, his medal. You never stop receiving memories. Every so often, fairly regularly, you meet somebody that was at the final. That was everywhere else in the world, remembering exactly where they were and what they were doing and who they were doing it with. It's just absolutely unbelievable that those memories never cease to amaze me. Quite astounding, really. 60 years on, it's crazy. Well, the legacy is it's unusual because it's 60 years since we've done it. That long ago. Quite surprising that as a major footballing nation, we haven't, been successful since. So we're still going back and harping on the fact that it happened all those years ago. Have we won it once or twice since? I think those memories would have faded into the past, if you like. Whereas it still stands as clear today. Everybody was played or at the game with families, friends, photographs of it, tickets being produced, programs being produced everywhere I go. Quite astonishing, and I find that quite remarkable. That brings it home to you how big an event it was. Pretty good. It wasn't just one goal, by the way.
Yeah,
I think there were 3, if I remember rightly. Yes, yes. Yes, it's amazing. It's strange enough, again, looking back, at the time, I think we weren't aware nobody had scored a hat-trick, and not really any realisation weeks or maybe months afterwards it is the first time it had ever been done. But of course, 60 years on, apart from Mbappe's hat-trick, of course, but they got beat. But the important thing, of course, is that we won. Scoring a hat-trick in any game is completely irrelevant and wouldn't be mentioned at all had we lost on the day. But winning the game as the team is the most important part, and I obviously played a part in that. I mean, the World Cup, football is the biggest sport. It's the biggest tournament. It's absolutely astonishing, and it's growing in size. Look at how many teams are playing and the 3 countries they're playing in now. It is absolutely astonishing from the time that we played. And all these lovely pieces of memorabilia, Bally. And Alan Ball, for me, and people have said this, that he was the man of the match. People have watched that film 2 or 3 years ago, and pundits have said that they thought he was the man of the match, and I would disagree with that. Bally was just absolutely fantastic. He run their left back Snellinger to death in the final. Unbelievable, and quite deserved to be named that. Well, I'm very positive. You have to be as a player, as a fan, and so on. So I think we're going to do well. I think going into it, absolutely. I'd be very, very disappointed if we didn't get it at the very least, being sort of 3rd or 4th favourite, get at least the semi-final. I'm very bitterly disappointed if we don't get that far. I think we're quite capable. I think there's been some criticism of the selection he's made, Tuchel. But having said that, he's the only person that is close to these players, works with these players, sees these players, knows what like his personalities, and he'll only be judged, of course, how we do. If we are successful, the people who made all this criticism will look rather stupid. But of course, there'll be a lot more criticism if we don't get as far as we should do. And we should do, as a major footballing nation, get at least to the semi-final. Anything less than that, I think we will all be disappointed. It'll only compare if they win.
Yes.
Simple as that. Listen, if you talk about the game of football generally, at club level and international level, it has changed dramatically. I jokingly say the only thing that's the same in football now are the goalposts. They're the same size, same shape, same colour. Every single aspect of the game has changed dramatically over these 60 years. Well, strangely enough, you might find this quite strange, I wouldn't mind Martin Peters' second shirt. He was my club mate, roommate, next door neighbour for 4 years. So that closeness we had, of course, when we won the cup and the Cup Winners' Cup at West Ham, and he scored a goal in the final. I would like that, particularly as I had no idea for a decade we had spare shirts. So that irritates me. So that would be the one I would pick.